Peterson, and Brian Wood. Starting for the St. Croix Legends, number 99, Oliver Kelly. Number 15, Rigoberto Ariano. Number 14, Ramsey Oro. Number 16, Jacob Genzo. Number 11, Kieran Robson. Number 17, Chase Wakefield. Number 20, Kieran Mine. Number 5, Ryan Bechtel. Number 9, Asher Ozuzu. Number 7, Liam Ireland. And captain number 3, Aiden Hillis. Coached by Tyler Oliver, assistant coaches Andrew Shirley and Jermaine Smothers. Rochester, make some noise, stomp your feet for your starting Loons. Let's go! At number 33, Carson Jeffrey. Number 23, Sho Kinjo. Number 14, Fabian Alvarez Montenegro. Number 4, Juan Lopez. Number 21, Jeloni Mary Powell. Number 25, Armin Dijit. Number 16, Makia Fukada. Number 26, Edward Morales. Number 38, Owen Nelson. Number 9, Andres Javid. And your captain, number 13, Oscar Arroyo. Head coach, Sebastian Navarez. Assistant coaches, Jonas Hell, Sergio Bjorn, and Fabian Fabella. Now fans, please rise and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem performed by Sarah Schaefer-Meyer. Sarah is a middle school choir director and music teacher in Byron, Minnesota, and has been teaching for 13 years. She also sings with and serves as a member of the board of directors of the Rochester Symphony. Sarah lives in Rochester with her husband and 2 young boys.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ring clear, the bombs were singing there. Give proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet will fly o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Good evening, soccer fans, and welcome to Rochester Regional Stadium, home of your Rochester FC Loons. This evening marks the last home game of the 2025 USL2 season for the Loons. Tonight, the Loons' opponent is St. Croix Soccer Club Legends. Starting lineups for both teams here tonight. First, for the visitors of St. Croix, in the net, number 99, Oliver Kelly. Number 15, Rigoberto Ariano. Number 14, Ramsey Uru. Number 16, Jacob Dinzio. Number 11, Kieran Robson. Number 17, Chase Wakefield. Number 3, Aiden Hillis. Number 20, Kieran Mon. Number 5, Ryan Bechtel. Number 9, Asher Ozuzu. And number 7, Liam Ireland. Starting tonight for your Rochester FC Loons, different roster, different starting lineup than we've seen. RFC's had some players that have had to head back to their college soccer duties already for the upcoming fall season. So a little short-handed tonight, our Loons, with only a handful of guys on the bench. But starters for tonight, in goal, number 33, Carson Jeffrey. Number 13, the captain tonight, Oscar Arroyo. Number 23, Sho Kinjo. Number 14, Fabian Alvarez Montenegro. Number 4, Juan Lopez. Number 21, Jelani Murray Powell. Number 25, Armin Dedic. Number 16, Mickey Fukata. Number 26, Edward Morales. Number 38, Owen Nelson. And number 9, Andres Javet. RFC comes into the game tonight 5-5 with 2 games left to play this season, 1 home, 1 away. After a hot start, started out 4-0 and 5-1. They've had had some trouble the last few games, a couple of close ones, a couple things just not quite go their way, and so they come into the contest tonight at 5-5. Meanwhile, the visiting St. Croix Legends come into tonight's game with 2 wins, 7 losses, and a tie. A lot of close games that they've lost. I talked to their head coach, Tyler Oliver, before the game here, and he was saying they've lost several games by just a goal and feel like they've really been in a lot. So we are underway here in this first minute of the game. RFC in the blue, playing from right to left. St. Croix in the black and gold, going left to right. Expecting a good game tonight. Looking for RFC hopefully to rebound here and do well. We'll see. It's tough, as I mentioned earlier. They're shorthanded. They've lost several key players from the season already. So we'll see how this makeshift unit can do tonight against the St. Croix Legends team that certainly will have hoped they had been able to win a few more games than they have, but again, their head coach was pretty felt okay about where they've gotten to from where they were. So Lopez on the ball here for RFC. He'll play Kinjo. Kinjo plays back to Arroyo. Arroyo plays that ball out wide, then gets it back here. Once again, finding Lopez. Back to Kinjo. RFC looking to get settled in. Get some quick touches on the ball early here. Make some connecting passes. Nelson Powell now in the center with the ball. Plays that ball wide, then back to him. Once again, played wide. Now it falls to Javet. Javet looks to switch fields back here to Lopez. Lopez drives in to that final third, tries to play a little pass in there to Nelson. Loses it, but wins it back. Good work there for Lopez to win that ball back. He's got that ball again now. Looking to take on Wakefield there. Then finds Fukata. Fukata, ball is broken up, ends up with Wakefield there, and he'll bring St. Croix ahead for their attacking opportunity here. Ball there with Mahan, and then he'll play wide, trying to catch those numbers there on the far side here. As soon as I do, I can start using some names over there, but I can't really see too well who those players are yet, which is too bad because there's a good run there on that far side. But cleared out there by Kinjo just temporarily, then back in. A battle in the box for it. Finally cleared out there by Lopez. Nelson tries to control it. Unable to do so. Ball now with St. Croix. Robson in the middle there. Little 1, 2, 3. Bechtel got a touch on it there. Ball now back with Uro. Uro will take some space here, play wide to the outside back. Another nice run there. Good crossfield pass here. Owen Nelson, good first touch for Nelson. Looking for his options. Plays back to Dedic. Dedic plays Murray Powell. Powell to Lopez. Lopez back to Dedic. Dedic will play Arroyo, who will play wide there to I can't see who that number is. As soon as I do, I thought I saw a 5, but I don't see a 5 on the. I thought it was a 5, but I don't see a 5 on the roster. Oh, there we go. It's played out wide here again. Good ball. Murray Powell with the goal. Nice work. Great feed there. That was 26, Edward Morales. Edward Morales with the assist here in just the 5th minute. Jelani Murray Powell with the goal. Assist Edward Morales. Morales was doing some good work on that far side. I just couldn't see his number until it counted, I guess. But nice start here for RFC. They've controlled play so far. Looking good, looking smooth so far. And so we enter minute number 6 here. Early goal for the Loons. Now St. Croix will look to gain a little bit of foothold in this game. Ball back to that goalkeeper there, who Kelly struggles with that a little bit. Jelani Murray Powell with that first goal. That's given him a little extra burst of energy, as that typically does for a soccer player. Nothing like scoring a goal to get your energy up and get you looking to want to score a couple more. So we'll see if he can carry that scoring form farther into tonight's game. Meanwhile, though, St. Croix with the ball comes to this near side here to Ariano. Ariano looks to play a long ball. Well defended there. Now RFC looking to play out. That ball had been intended there for Ozuzu, but broken up by RFC. Oh, little miscommunication there between Fukata and Morales. Tough turnover there, but ball now falls to number 7, Ireland there. But taken away by tonight's captain, Arroyo. Arroyo with plenty of time. He will just tap it back to Jeffrey. Jeffrey will look to play a longer pass. Was looking for Nelson, I think, here on this near side, but didn't get that ball quite wide enough. The Legends find themselves in possession here. Ball at the feet of number 15, Ariano. Now over to Uro. Uro will play wide. Under pressure there. They'll look to switch fields once again here. Uro back to that far side to number 16, Dinzio. Number 11's down there, Robson for the Legends. St. Croix looks like they've been trying to attack. Trying to do a lot of attacking so far early on in that on that right side for RFC. Javit plays the ball to goal scorer Murray Powell. Good ball down there to Morales. He's got a lot of room if he can get some control here. Oh, that was a great centering pass. Great cross. 3 guys in the box. Nobody wanted to get anything on it, or nobody did anyway. Looked like that initial runner in there. Looked like Nelson probably had the best chance there. Instead of going into it, it almost looked like he backed up a little bit maybe. I don't know, but That was great work on that outside again for Morales. He's been a danger man this first 8 minutes of tonight's contest. Nelson with the ball there again. Taken away by Hillis. Now St. Croix is looking to play, but unable to. Ball with Nelson Powell. Tries to slip that ball into, I think it was Dedic there. Yeah. Ball does eventually end up with Dedic, who then will play back to Arroyo. Arroyo will look to play up there to Fukata. Fukata back to Kinjo. Kinjo plays this near side for Lopez. Little 1-2 there, Lopez and Javit. Lopez tries to get through. Referee waited just a second to see if there was any advantage there that could be played, but then when there was none, he called that foul. Dedic will look to play this free kick right at about half field. Plays Lopez to this near side. Lopez finds Nelson. Another foul there. Foul on number 15 for St. Croix. That was Ariano. Ariano fouls Nelson. Lopez will take this one. Gives that ball a little spin. Gains himself an I'm sure vital extra yard and a half there.
Stop those feet. Come on, let's go.
The lefty's going to look to play an outswinger. Oh! Great service there by Lopez, and I think that was Dedic who just about scored a second goal. Off the crossbar there, good header. Nice service there by Lopez. Uro plays that goal kick to the keeper, Oliver. Oliver plays wide to Dinzio. Dinzio looking for his options, eventually drops it back to Uro. Now Uro will survey the field, see where he wants to try to go with the ball. Not finding too many options. He does manage to slip a ball, though, through to Ariano on this side, and then he looks to play up to Ozuzu. Ball eventually ends up here with RFC. Javit to Murray Powell to Dedic, and then he'll drop it back to Arroyo here. Arroyo, the captain tonight. Captain Bo Drath not on the roster tonight. As I mentioned before, they've lost a few players already because of college commitments. That was a great tackle by Arroyo, by the way. Oh, actually, but in Drath's case, he picked up a red card the last game. So that puts Arroyo in the yellow captain's band tonight, while Drath has to watch from the stands. Depleted squad tonight. Like I say, there's only looks like 4 RFC players on the bench. Looks like RFC is going to have several Iron Men tonight. Go 90 minutes. We are in the 12th minute. RFC up 1-0 on a Jelani Murray Powell goal in the 5th minute. The Loons have controlled most of the play so far. Another good run there. Great ball. Just a little too much from sorry, it's number 5 is the right back here for RFC. I don't have a number 5 on the roster. It looks like he's wearing number 5 shirt and like the number 20-something shorts. I'll try to get some clarification on who that player is, so that if his friends and family are watching, that they know that he's the guy out there doing stuff. So, ball here with Lopez, over to Nelson. Nelson looks to send that ball in. All right. I now know who the mystery number 5 is out there. That is the right back, Fabian Alvarez Montenegro. I think he was just trying to go undercover, but thanks to the fine detective work up here, he is undercover no longer. Right back tonight, Fabian Alvarez Montenegro. He's trying to be extra sneaky, I think, wearing number 5 jersey and number 20-something on his shorts. He really is trying to be sneaky. St. Croix with the free kick here near midfield. Ball's dropped back there to number 14, Ramsey Uro. He will play his keeper, Oliver Kelly. Kelly will drop the ball over here to Aiden Hillis. Hillis will look to play a long ball up to Ozuzu. Ozuzu plays there, little 1-2. Ozuzu and Ireland, but ball ends up back with RFC. Armin Dedic with it there. Now Lopez. Lopez plays Kinjo. Kinjo looks to play Fukata. And Fukata to Arroyo. Arroyo taking his time and then finds that mystery man, Montenegro. Then back to the keeper. Keeper sends a long, hopeful ball. Nelson controls it, does enough to keep possession there. Javid on the ball now. Tries to play Murray Powell through. Uro steps up. Nice interception there by Uro, but ball once again back to RFC. Dedic to Fukata. To the outside player, Morales. To Murray Powell. Murray Powell. Little fancy footwork, and then he finds Fukata. Back to Montenegro, back to Fukata. Into Dedic here centrally. Back out wide. St. Croix seems content to soak up pressure, wait for mistakes. RFC's played a pretty clean game so far, though, here into the 16th minute. A lot of defense being played here early on by the Legends. RFC pushing up higher, challenging the Legends to go long. They've got Ozuzu and Ireland up top as target players. Dinzio does some nice work over there on that far side, but then turns that ball over to Arroyo. Now it's Arroyo's turn to play a dribbler, and cleared out there by St. Croix. Throw in here by Montenegro. Over the head of Jelani Powell. Sorry, Murray Powell. Jelani Murray Powell. Oh, poor pass there. Picked off by Nelson. Nelson found Javid, who then plays Fukata. Back to Nelson. He might have a chance for a shot there. Nice block there by number 5, Bechtel for the Legends. Still bouncing around there. Jelani Murray Powell again putting on that pressure. Morales putting on some pressure. Montenegro putting on some pressure. Fukata putting on some pressure. Let's just say there's a lot of pressure being placed by RFC on those Legends right now. Nice header there by Arroyo. Almost had something cooking there, Nelson did. Was trying to make a good quick turn between those two defenders. Just could not quite get through there with enough pace. Ball goes out of bounds. Mystery man Montenegro now with the throw. Ball ends up at the feet of Uro. But good work there by Murray Powell and Javid. Good work all around right now by this RFC team defensively, and that's leading to a lot of opportunities. Ball was just out of bounds. Just out of bounds here. St. Croix is going to need to clean things up here. They could find themselves down by more. That RFC pressure tonight has been very effective. Once again, goal kick here. Ball at the feet of Hillis. Hillis plays wide to Dinzio. Dinzio looks to play a long ball to Ozuzu, but corralled there by RFC's Arroyo, the captain tonight. Now to Lopez. Lopez to Nelson. Nelson's errant header ends up at the feet of Mahan. But once again, RFC finds themselves in possession. Another loose pass there, that time by Lopez. Just talking about St. Croix needed to clean up their passing. Maybe same could be said for RFC these last 30 seconds or so. Javid on the ball now. He plays Fukata. Fukata finds Lopez on this near side. Lopez plays a really nice ball to an on-rushing Jelani Powell. Can he be first? Good defensive work there by Dinzio. And then he finds the midfielder, and they will look to play themselves out of that situation. That was a good run there by the St. Croix player, 17. Wakefield, now the ball is with number 5. Bechtel. He tried to play Ozuzu, who is adjudged to have fouled Kinjo. Free kick. Kinjo plays back to Jeffrey. Jeffrey looking at what his options are. Decides to try to play wide out here to Morales. Morales, nice control. Drops back to Montenegro. Then back to Arroyo. Arroyo looks to try to play Murray Powell, but that ball is intercepted in the midfield there. That was Hillis with that interception. Ball out of bounds here. Going to have a throw in. It's going to be Dinzio on that far side with the throw. Dinzio finds the middle there. Wakefield checking too. Wakefield with the ball. Being pressured by Nelson there. Then back to Dinzio. The good effort there by Dinzio, but ball rolls out of bounds. We'll have a goal kick here for our Loons. 21st minute. Rochester FC 1, St. Croix SC Legends 0. Carson Jeffrey now will set up for a goal kick. Center referee was whistling, not sure what for, but all is well with the world again now, and play will continue. That goal kick won there by Uro, and now St. Croix looking to be on the attack, maybe with numbers here. This is dangerous. Good save. Good save by Jeffrey. That was some good work in there. I think that was Mahan who played Bechtel. I think that was Bechtel who got, no, Ireland, I guess, that got that shot. Good save. Ireland will come out here to this near side to take what I think is the first corner, maybe the second corner for St. Croix. Now they change their mind. Won't be Ireland taking it. It looks like I can't tell who from this angle who it is. They give him back a quarter kick. Looked like it hit the side netting, but yeah, it'll be another corner here. Dinzio is the player taking it. Jacob Dinzio. Looks like they may try to play short this time. They've got two out there. They got Dinzio and they've got Bechtel out there. That's what they do. Now Bechtel will look to play a longer ball over everybody. Cleared by Nelson, but not quite out of the RFC defensive half. St. Croix looking to get reset. Hillis plays Bechtel on this near side. Ball is won by Morales, though, and now to Javid. Javid plays Lopez. Lopez with some space here. What's he going to be able to do? Finds Javid. And Javit scores! Andres Javit, goal number 2 here in the 23rd minute. Nice work. Javit from Juan Lopez. So, second goal here. 2 goals in the first 23 minutes. First half of the, almost first half of the first half here. So first quarter of the game, RFC finds themselves up 2-0. Good calm finish there by Javit to make this score 2-0 here for our Loons. St. Croix looking to try to gain some kind of a foothold in this game. They have been unable to do so far. There's been the one good shot really. Otherwise, they've struggled offensively. And RFC's really been able to take advantage of the pressure they've been putting on and the turnovers they've been forcing. So St. Croix will look to regroup here. Uro plays Hillis there. Hillis, nice work there by Hillis in that middle. But ball is then taken away by Morales, who finds Murray Powell. Oh, good work by Murray Powell. That was beautiful. Wow. What a great goal. What a great goal there. Murray Powell, a nice little ball there. Morales gave him a ball, and then he passed himself around that St. Croix defender. In just the 25th minute, Murray Powell gets his second goal. Morales gets his second assist of the game. And we've got a 3-0 score, and we are in the 25th minute. RFC's got to feel good about this after some tough losses recently and losing several players. They got to feel good about how things are going this first 25 minutes of game number 11 on the season. This would be a big win because it will assure RFC finishes at least 500 for the season, which would be a good overall record, although they'd have to be a little disappointed with the great start that they had. But overall, they've shown a lot of improvements in a lot of areas this season, and being able to go at least 6-6, if not 7-5 this year would be great. But still a lot of game left here. You can't ever count a team out when there's 65 minutes left in a game. But at this point, RFC in complete control. Ball with Uro there for St. Croix. He plays it out to Dinzio again. Dinzio dispossessed. 2-goal scorer Murray Powell on it. Plays Morales. He finds Fukata, who finds Dedic here in the middle. They look to switch fields onto this near side with Lopez. Good work there by Javit, but the ball won ultimately by Ariano. But he can't clear it. Ball falls at the feet of Dedic. Dedic plays Fukata. Ball, though, does temporarily end up with Hillis, but big touch by Hillis. Murray Powell, I don't think he meant to manhandle him quite like that. I think that's what he's explaining to the referee. It was not intentional, but little after the whistle afters, if you will. But so it looks like Murray Powell will be setting up to take this free kick at the football 30-yard line, so 40 yards out. A little too far to take any legitimate shot on goal, I think, here, but last free kick over kind of in this general area ended up on a header off the crossbar for RFC.
Let's go.
Lopez will take this one again with his left here. Looks like he'll chip it in. Little short there, but ball is still bouncing around there. Good touch there by Javit. Javit plays Lopez, back to Javit. Back to an overlapping Lopez, who drops the ball into Nelson. Javit does get to it. Fukata. Fukata was feeling it. Mickey Fukata with a long-range effort there. Over the top. Goal kick here, St. Croix Legends. Uro looks like he's going to set up to take this one. Interesting to see a defender taking those, but ball does end up at the feet of Hillis now. Hillis back to the keeper, Kelly. Intercepted. Oh, that was not a good. Oh, there's another goal. There's another goal. Yes. Nelson interception and goal. Goal in the 29th minute. Very ill-advised pass there by St. Croix goalkeeper Oliver Kelly. Didn't get enough on it. Wakefield didn't get back quick enough to take it. First man to that ball was Nelson. Nelson will score. So, just into the 30th minute here at Rochester Regional Stadium, home of your Rochester FC Loons. And we've got a 4-0 score here in favor of the Loons. Looks like they're going to make some substitutions already here. Looks like Uro is out. Looks like Anthony Manciu is in. And, sorry, trying to see who the other substitutions are. I think there were two subs. As soon as we can figure out who those new players are, I will be sure to let you know. One of those players is Manciu. I think the other one is playing that center back role. I'm just trying to get some confirmation here on who that player is. As soon as I know, I will let you know. Just need him to turn over and talk to his left center back over there. Then I'll have what I need. I'm thinking maybe it's Ulseth, but I don't know for sure. I thought I saw a 20-something. That would suggest that it's Ulseth there. And it is, yes. So the other sub, Casper Ulseth in, and number 2, Anthony Manciu in. St. Croix looking to try to get something out of this game. Robson with a good cross. Not controlled there, and cleared there by Dedic. Ball ends up eventually with Morales. Morales and Dinzio fighting for it. Off of Dinzio of the Legends. Montenegro will step in to take the throw in here for the Loons. Murray Powell back to Montenegro. Sends a long, hopeful ball that nobody's there for, but St. Croix really having a lot of trouble controlling the ball. RFC forcing a lot of turnovers, and that's been really the biggest reason why this game is 4-0. Hillis looks to play across there to Dinzio on that back line. Dinzio plays long. Ozuzu wins it, but Kinjo there to send the ball into the Rochester evening sky before it eventually comes to Lopez. Good control by Lopez. Lopez to Javit. Javit back to Lopez. Keeps it in. Back to Nelson there. Nelson to Lopez. Lopez to Murray Powell. Powell to Dedic. Dedic to Montenegro. Montenegro to an offside Morales. That's frustrating as a coach when you got that wing who can see everything across and still gets caught offsides. But can't fault Morales too much. He's done some great work on that right side so far this first half. He's gotten himself a couple of assists, so we can certainly forgive him for an offsides here. Ball with the keeper, Oliver Kelly. Kelly plays Hillis there. Hillis plays the substitute Ulseth. Ulseth to Dinzio. Dinzio to Mahan. Mahan looks to make some headway there. He does temporarily. Then the ball's won by Fukata, but only to the outside. Dinzio then again to Ulseth. Ulseth looking to play Hillis. More pressure being put on by RFC, forcing St. Croix back to the keeper, Kelly. Hillis looks to play a ball inside there. Eventually picked off there by Arroyo. Back with Lopez to Javit, who will play Montenegro on that far side. Montenegro back to Kinjo. Kinjo to this near side to Lopez. Lopez has done some great work at this from this left back position. Really been dangerous. Nice little move there by Dinzio to get out of trouble, get himself through that first line of RFC players. Eventually, though, pulls it back. Hillis tries to play long. That ball goes out of bounds. We will have a throw in here for RFC. Lopez will take the throw as we enter the 35th minute. Lopez to Dedic to Javit. Ball eventually ends up with Dedic, who looks to switch. Montenegro finds Fukata. Good one touch out here wide to Morales. Morales now will come central. Tries to play Murray Powell there, but can't quite squeeze it through. Intercepted here. I think that was number 20 there on the ball. No, sorry, that was the substitute number 2. Now that ball's in that far side. Ball at the feet of Ireland. Ireland plays the substitute, Manciu. Ball ends up out of bounds there. St. Croix got to spend a little bit of time here in that RFC defensive half. Eventually ends up out of bounds. Goal kick here, taken by Jeffrey. Jeffrey will play Arroyo, who will play Montenegro. Looks like actually there were 3 substitutions. I see number 4 in there for St. Croix now. Cesar Daniel. Daniel playing on that left side there. So he was the one that was making that earlier run that ended up a goal kick. He's the one now who looks like will take the throw in here for the Legends. He found Wakefield, but Wakefield's pass was errant. Now RFC will look to play. Nice turn there by Murray Powell, who finds Javit here. Javit's 1v1. Javit looking to score a brace of his own. Save. Save there by Oliver Kelly on that shot by Andres Javit. He was looking for goal number 2. Looking for goal number 2. Didn't quite get enough on it. But once again, RFC with the ball. Javit back on it. Plays Fukata, who finds Morales on that far side, who's on sides this time. Plays Montenegro back. Montenegro looks for Dedic there in the middle. Dedic seems to be playing kind of that 6 role, that CDM role. Murray Powell playing a little bit higher with Fukata. Then Javit playing a little higher still, kind of playing in that 9. But Javit coming back quite a bit to get that ball. Nice synergy for RFC tonight. They've got a lot of players that are changing positions, and I think really helping to keep St. Croix off balance here so far tonight. So that ball ends up with Dedic, the CDM. Now back to Murray Powell. Once again wide to Morales. And now back with Murray Powell. St. Croix on the ball now. I think that is Hillis, number 3. Oh, sorry, not number 3. That was number 11, Robson. Robson does some good work to get out of trouble there. Then tries to play Ozuzu, who is really tight on this near side. Ball out of bounds. Dedic and Lopez try to get a little cute there. Lopez gets knocked down for his troubles. Ball out of bounds, though. Lopez with the throw in here. He finds Murray Powell. Murray Powell looks to switch fields there to Montenegro. Montenegro is going to take the space he's been given. Eventually drop the ball off to Murray Powell back here. And over to Dedic. Dedic out to Nelson. Nelson was the scorer of goal number 4 here for RFC tonight. 39th minute, RFC up 4-0 over St. Croix. Ball comes back to Arroyo, and they decide to give Jeffrey a little touch here. Jeffrey drives a ball, unfortunately, right to the feet of Robson of St. Croix. Now Robson and Wakefield working together there, but Lopez does a nice job of coming back to break that up. Can only clear out of bounds here, though, so it'll be a throw-in for the Legends. Robson looking to take this throw in, it looks like. Deep in the RFC defensive third. He finds Osuzu. Osuzu tries to play Wakefield, but that ball's picked off by the defensive midfielder Dedic. Unfortunately, his pass is a little off target there. Does not quite find Lopez. Goes off the end line here. It's going to be the 4th corner of the evening for St. Croix here in the 40th minute. Looks like it will be the defender Dinzio setting up to take this corner here on this near side again. No indication that anybody's going to come out to join him and maybe play something short. So looks like we'll see a ball into the box here. An in-swinger here from the lefty, Dinzio. Lots of action in that box. Well done by Carson Jeffrey there. Easily corrals that corner. Drops it there to Arroyo, who plays Javet here, who's taking up some space on this near side. Javet plays Fukata, who looks to try to play around Wakefield and does find Murray Powell. Murray Powell finds a burst of pace, but then Dinzio steps in there and steals that ball. Sends a long ball looking for Ozuzu. Too long, though. And Jeffrey collects. Nelson Powell gets up a little gimpy. That was a tough tackle there by the St. Croix defender, who also looks like maybe he's limping a little bit himself. Little collision there between Murray Powell of the Loons and Dinzio of the Legends. Errant pass there, and then a foul by Lopez. Yellow card shown to Andres Javet. Stepped in there, put his feet where he shouldn't, according to the center referee. So for that hostile act, he is given a yellow card here in the 42nd minute. Andres Javet, yellow card, 42nd minute. First yellow card of the evening for either team. As we come quickly to the conclusion of the first half, a first half that has been dominated by Rochester FC. Murray Powell doing some great defensive work again. Now Nelson with the ball. Makes a good move, but can't quite find the pace to catch up with that pass. Ends up at the feet of Kelly. Now Kelly finds Dinzio, who's going to go ahead and do some more rampaging up that center. Tries to find Osuzu again. Good work there by Kinjo. Kinjo and Arroyo have been a really good pair in that central defensive area all season. You know, some of the problems with these losses have been when players, we've had some red cards. Arroyo's missed a game or two with red cards. We've had some issues like that. But speaking of cards, yellow card there for number 20 for St. Croix. Kieran Mon, midfielder there. 43rd minute yellow card. Dedic a little slow to get up. Hopefully he'll be all right. As I mentioned earlier, there's not a lot that can come into the game today for RFC. So the last thing they can afford here is an injury. Not just for tonight, because, at 4-0, maybe they're okay, but you got to be thinking already. Start thinking about the weekend, the last game of the season. As I mentioned before, this is the last home game for RFC, but they do have an away game on Sunday in Chicago against the Dutch Lions. Dutch Lions are lower in the table, if I recall, off the top of my head. So that will be the last game of the season. No playoffs if we finish fourth. I wasn't sure what the playoff situation is. It can vary from league to league and even conference to conference. I know that there's a lot of differences there. So, ooh. And as I'm talking about other things, we have a good shot there by Kieran Robson, number 11. Good save by Carson Jeffrey. So, it sounds like Sunday is going to be the last game of the season. Regular season. So there's a chance here. We'll look to find out here at halftime as we enter the 45th minute. We'll do some research and see if we can find out if there's a chance for some postseason action here for our Loons, if they can hold on and finish fourth, which, if I recall correctly in the standings, they were tied with 15 points for that fourth place, but the team that also had 15 points is already finished with their 12 games. So win tonight should assure them of at least a fourth place finish. Poor pass there by Kinjo. Not something he's typically caught doing. That ball, it falls to Manciu. Now Manciu plays Robson here, who works to get his way around Dedic. But Arroyo shuts the door on that attack. Stepping in. Nice tactical work there. Just waiting for Robson to get around that corner and show a little too much of that ball and get it out of there. But ball still with St. Croix. They're still in a dangerous area. Ball back with Manciu. Tries to play Ozuzu, but cleared out there, at least temporarily, by RFC. Danielle tries to make a cross there. That ball is blocked by Montenegro, though. Out of bounds. Another throw in here for St. Croix. We are into stoppage time. Not sure how long we'll have. If I was to fathom an educated guess, I'd say maybe 2 minutes. There wasn't a lot of stoppage here. Not a lot of players on the ground. The substitutions were very quick. Ooh, that was a tough one there. Tough play there by Jeffrey. Ball falls to St. Croix there, falls to Robson, who's looked dangerous here these last 2 or 3 minutes especially. He hits the outside netting. Could have made it 4-1 there. Could have made it 4-1. As I say, we are into stoppage time. It's important not just for the sake of finishing out a game like tonight, but also for the rest of the season to make sure that even at 4-0, RFC's got to stay focused. Because all it takes is 1 or 2 goals, and suddenly there's some belief in that other team. Ball ultimately falls to Nelson there on that one, and he plays wide. Then Murray Powell on the ball here centrally. Back to Morales. Morales to Dedic. Dedic to Javit. Over to Murray Powell, and that will do it for the first half here. So we are at halftime of tonight's game between Rochester FC and St. Croix SC Legends. The Loons leading the Legends convincingly here going into the locker room at halftime, 4-0. 2 goals from Murray Powell, a goal by Javit, and a goal by Nelson. All within the first 30 minutes of tonight's match. And our score is 4-0. So we will we'll regroup here a little bit, see if we can find out what the playoff situation may or may not be. And I'm gonna get a drink, just water, and then from there I will we'll come back on and we'll give you the second half of action here. So grab yourself your own drink and a snack, and join me back here in about 15. All right, welcome back to Rochester Regional Stadium here in beautiful Rochester, Minnesota. It was a little overcast at the beginning of the game, but now a lot of the clouds have cleared out here. It's a beautiful, beautiful night, especially for July when we know sometimes it can still be 90 degrees out here and players are melting. This definitely is another thing that plays into RFC's favor with that short bench tonight. So we do have, I know we have a sub for St. Croix. Saw number 19, Gora in. We decided up here that that's the player's name of the match, Gora. Number 19, looks like he may be playing up high. We are underway here in half number 2. In case you just joined us, Rochester FC took a commanding 4-0 lead here in the first half. 2 goals by Murray Powell, a goal by Nelson, a goal by Javit. 3 RFC goals in 6 minutes right in the middle of that first half really have set them on their way. Let's see if they can come out here and continue to control the game. Conversely, let's see what Legends come out to do to try to get themselves back into this. RFC picks up kind of where they left off in terms of control. Morales here. Morales plays Montenegro. Montenegro to Arroyo. Arroyo, ooh, that's a challenging ball for Jeffrey. Decides he's going to challenge his goalkeeper's technical skills there on the ball, but Jeffrey was up to the task on that one. Ball back with Jeffrey here. He looks to play a long ball out here to Morales, who does win it. Back to Montenegro. Montenegro plays Nelson here. Ball is intercepted, though, by Olseth. I think that was Olseth there. Gora there with the touch on the ball. He plays it here to Danielle. Danielle played to Ireland, but that ball was intercepted. Ball now with Morales. Out of bounds off of Morales. There will be a throw in here. Danielle will take that. Danielle finds, ball is picked off there by Fukata, who finds Murray Powell quickly. Murray Powell drops it to that far side, and ball eventually ends up at the feet of Kinjo. Kinjo once again back to Jeffrey. Jeffrey will look to play long. Can already see a little bit different strategy here for the Legends. It looks like they are going to press a little higher here. Try to create some turnovers of their own. See if they can get back into this game. Ball here at the feet of Dinzio. Dinzio to Olseth. Olseth to that far side to number 3 over there, who is Hillis. To Olseth. Good pressure there by Nelson. Ball is out of bounds into that far stands. A job for the ball kids, ball chasers. Assuming there's some ball chasers around. Throw in there by Lopez. Finds Nelson. Ball does end up at the feet of Gora, though. Now he's going to try to get some things going here. St. Croix has a player advantage here if they work it. They do. That was a good ball there. Good effort there. That was some good work. Wakefield and Bechtel. But... sorry, not Bechtel. Danielle. But good defending there by Montenegro, and ball ended up with Jeffrey. Gora, fresh set of legs there, is winning some early balls here. What he was come in to do, or sent in to do. Kinjo fouled there. Deep in RFC territory. That foul was called on Ireland. The player, not the country. Kinjo will set up here with a, oh, well, just kidding. Not Kinjo. Jeffrey will come out to take this free kick. RFC will probably look to take their time on every possible occasion here with a 4-0 scoreline. Ball is won temporarily by St. Croix. Couple headers back and forth. Eventually it falls to Mon. And now to Fukata. Fukata Lopez.
Bring that energy, come on. Let's get loud.
Javit. Fukata finally clears over here to this near side to Montenegro. Montenegro plays a little ball, tries to find Morales, but that ball is read by Dinzio. But again, struggle with that first touch for St. Croix. And RFC on the attack. Lopez plays it wide to Javit. I think that's Javit out there. Javit finds Morales. Morales back to Lopez, who tries to play a ball in there, bounces through the box, and now Danielle leads a counterattack. Danielle Ireland is involved there. Good step there, though, by Arroyo. Now this ball near side to Ireland. Montenegro comes out. Ireland looking to try to get himself clear. Good defense there by Montenegro. Now Nelson will find Morales here on this near side. Well done by Montenegro to hold Ireland up and keep him from being able to do any creating there. Eventually Royal clears it, but it looks like Ulcether will win that header. But then to Fukata. Murray Powell temporarily wins the battle. Nice work, though, there by Mancio, and now it'll be once again St. Croix. Good shot. Mancio won the battle there with Murray Powell. Drives into a dangerous area and lets one fly from about 30 yards out. Might have been going wide anyway, but Jeffrey gets a hand on it, gets a save. And, the first corner of the second half here for the Legends. Ireland will take this corner here on this near side. The righty will send an in-swinger into the box here as the Legends look to get on the board. Good ball there. Gora was close, but Kinjo in the end won it. RFC looking to clear it out. Javit was making a run to try to get some things going, but ball was pulled back there by Lopez. Lopez to Kinjo to Arroyo. Arroyo looks to play wide. But that's a little too wide. Morales was standing out of bounds there. So looks like we're going to have a substitution. First substitution for RFC. Number 19, Rinta Takagi. Takagi in for Nelson. Goal for Nelson tonight in the 29th minute. He did some good work. Played up front, a little bit of time on the wing, and then played more centrally quite a bit. Got himself a goal for his work tonight. So, 53rd minute. 53rd minute, we have Nelson out and Takagi in. Looks like Takagi now looks like he will probably play that left side over there and look to maybe have Javit play more central. Out of bounds there. Throw in by Lopez. Lopez finds Kinjo. Kinjo brings it across here for Arroyo. Arroyo's drop it back to Jeffrey. Jeffrey will play Lopez. Nice touch there for the just into the game Takagi. Takagi sends Lopez. Just not quite able to get there. Ball is cleared out there by St. Croix goalkeeper Oliver Kelly. There'll be a throw in here, which will be taken by the aforementioned Takagi. Well, no, on second thought it will not. Lopez will come back to take the throw here for RFC. Second half's moving right along. We're into the 54th minute. Feels like we've only been playing about a minute and a half, but we're already 9 minutes into this second half. It's all... good ball. Dedic with a nice little flick. Let's see if he can find a teammate there. Not a bad cross, but nobody had gotten into the box there to help Dedic out. Ball is corralled by Kelly. Now, St. Croix looking to play it out over here to Dinzio on this near side from Hillis. Dinzio played Mancio. Dinzio and Mancio working together on this near side a little bit. Now he They try to find Mon, but intercepted. Ball ends up with Morales here. Morales back to Montenegro, back to Dedic. Drops to Arroyo, and they'll look to switch fields if they can here. Through Kinjo into Lopez. Lopez decides he's going to take a little foraging run through the middle, but dispossessed there by Mon. Back to Dinzio. Dinzio to Olseth. Olseth tries to find Goro, but ball is intercepted there by Lopez. Good read there. He plays Murray Powell. Tries to find Takagi. Takagi is shepherded off the ball. Goro there now finds Robson. Robson tries to find Goro back, but Dedic is up to the task, playing that defensive midfield role, intercepting that pass. Once again, RFC finds themselves with the ball. Tonight's captain Arroyo with it here. Montenegro again. Javit's come quite a ways back into the midfield here. Looks like Murray Powell stepped up a little higher here, at least temporarily. Now ball with Takagi. Oh, sorry, not Takagi. That was Lopez. Goro was onside. Jeffrey thinks best to come out and clear that ball. Probably a good idea. Goro a little fresher than some of the other guys on the field right now. So ball cleared out. We'll have a throw in here. Ball is thrown into Goro, who will try to take on Lopez on that far side. Lopez does a really nice job of dispossessing him. Now, if Javit wants it, there can be a counterattack on. He will play Montenegro here instead, who finds Morales on this near side. Little 1-2, nice work, Morales and Javit. Tries to squeeze it back through for Javit, unable to do so. Mon just sends a ball into the near stands here. Kicked it hard. Got to give him that. Ball to Dedic, back to Arroyo, back to Jeffrey. Playing back, trying to stretch out this St. Croix team. Create some gaps there. That long ball, though, Fournot. Takagi did not get back on side in time, and so just had to let it go out of bounds. So throw in here for St. Croix. The Legends here still down 4-0, 58th minute. Rochester FC continuing to control a vast majority of play tonight. They've looked sharp. They've looked really sharp for the most part tonight. Dedic tries to get a little fancy. Ball does eventually end up with RFC. Got to keep focused. Got to keep doing what's been working for you. Can't try to get too fancy and maybe give up something cheap here. So Javit comes back to collect that ball. Plays Fukata. Nice ball to Murray Powell. Great ball there to that far side. Takagi with a chance, blocked there. Another good step there by Kinjo.
Come on, let's go.
Javit in there doing some dirty work. Foul on Javit. Didn't mean it. Shakes hands with Manciu. Manciu finds Gora, who plays it back to Olseth in the center. Manciu now plays it over to Hillis. Back to Manciu, who plays Wakefield. Wakefield plays it near side here to Dinzio. Good one-touch pass to Danielle. Ooh, that hurts. Danielle hits Montenegro right in the face. Those always suck. Nobody likes to get hit in the nose. The nose of the midsection, right? Oh, it looks like we're going to have a substitution here for RFC. Number 15, Elliot Idahin will come in. Idahin getting ready. Javit being asked to take something off of his wrist. The the ever aware referees catch that in the 60th minute of the game. So looks like not sure who's coming off for Idaheen, but we'll see. Looks like St. Croix is going to be sending in a bunch of new players as well. Jacob Noken, Evan Paleska, maybe just two. Yes, Jacob Noken, Evan Paleska. Looks like they're coming in. Looks like is it Wakefield coming out? If I'm not mistaken, Wakefield and Mon coming out. Still waiting to see who will be coming in for, or who Idaheen will be coming in for. Looks like maybe Lopez is limping off here. We're gonna have Idaheen for Lopez, so I assume that means Idaheen will be playing that left back role that Lopez played so well tonight. Lopez had a really good game. You can say that about a lot of RFC players tonight, but it's been a good night for the Loons for sure. Despite their shortage of players and having guys that have had to leave for college already, they're putting on a good show for the fans tonight. Danielle on the ball here for St. Croix. He finds the newbie there, Paleska to Noken. A couple of the new guys teaming up there. Eventually, though, it's Javit who ends up on the ball. Little work from some of the subs there. Noken gets caught by Montenegro. It's amazing how much quicker the subs are, at least those first few minutes, than once they get settled into the game and do a little bit of work. It evens out more quickly sometimes than you would think, but at least for those first handful of minutes, those subs are typically a little quicker and getting to those balls a little faster than the guys that have been out there for 61 plus minutes now. 60 going on 62 minutes. Dinzio, nice ball in the box, but not enough on that header. The newly introduced sub Noken there got a good head onto it, but just not quite enough power there. Or you could argue not enough accuracy. One way or another, didn't have what he needed to put that thing in the net. So, there's a good run by Murray Powell. He's hungry to get that hat trick tonight. Is this it, or is he going to be unselfish and find a teammate to try to score goal number 5? He does find Dedic. Dedic with a shot, but right into the hands of Kelly. Kelly plays it quickly, finds Goro. Goro plays wide here to Danielle. Nice little 1-2 there with Ireland. Ball eventually ends up over here. Ireland wins it here on this near side. But Arroyo once again up to the task. Now Dedic back to Arroyo. Arroyo finds Javit. Ball didn't look all the way out from here, but I'm not the linesman, so it is what it is. Ball ends up there with Ulseth. Ulseth will play. Sorry, Ulseth played Hillis there. The ball eventually ended up back with the goalkeeper. Oh, there's an elbow into the face. Referee decides to... Wow, that was in front of the center and fourth officials, but no judged to be no foul. Murray Powell with the ball here. He'll play Takagi. Takagi back to 23. Kinjo. Idaheen has gone in and settled himself back in the defense. Through ball there, looking for Dedic. Dedic wasn't quite ready to make that big a run this deep into a game with the score 4-0. So ball ends up with St. Croix at the feet of Hillis right now. He'll play Ulseth here. Ulseth plays Paleska. Back to Ulseth. Who finds Goro. Goro dispossessed there by Fukata. But Foul called on Fukata for his troubles. Not in a dangerous area, but foul. Gorigora fouled by Fukata there. Olseth will step up for St. Croix, take this free kick. Over to Hillis. Hillis will look to play a ball along. Idaheen gets involved in his first action there. Gets his first touch. Ball ends up here with Dedic in that middle, who then looks to play Morales on this near side. Morales drops it back to Montenegro, to Dedic, to Montenegro, back to the captain Arroyo, back to Montenegro, back to Arroyo. Ooh. Bad pass, but not a good touch there. Ball ends up with RFC. Javit on the ball here centrally. He's looking to attack that outside. Nice work there. Oh, maybe was a little unselfish there, Javit. Oh, but there's a goal. Wow, that was kind of out of nowhere. It looked like the chance had gone, and all of a sudden Takagi's like, whoa, not so fast. The substitute Takagi, 66th minute. Goal in the 66th minute. I think technically that was Murray Powell who got the assist on that one. Great night tonight for Jelani Murray Powell. 2 goals, and now he adds an assist in the 66th minute. That runs the score up to 5-0. Thought maybe Jelani Powell was going to get a chance to shoot there. Instead, he finds an onrushing Takagi, making that diagonal run, and Takagi makes no mistake, squeezes it through that, squeezes it in that near post. 5-0 here. First goal here in about 35 minutes. Last goal was in about the 30th minute here. Oh, good ball there, but Idaheen is up to the task. St. Croix looking to try to salvage something here. 5-0. Ball here at with Kelly. Kelly plays Hillis here. St. Croix has gone with a 3-back here tonight. Looks to be playing a 3-5-2, maybe slipping into a 3-4-3 here a little bit, but definitely has been relying on the three central defenders tonight. So that ball falls to Ireland, and Ireland finds Paleska. Paleska looks for Noken, but taken away there by Morales. But as I say, those 3 central defenders have been under a lot of pressure tonight. Not a bad touch there by Fukata, but nobody was there reading that that was the space that they could run into. Ball's turned over. It's to Dinzio here. Dinzio looks to play back his goalkeeper, Kelly. And RFC will be back on that high press. Good win there by Montenegro, but the ball does fall to Paleska. Danielle battling for it. Morales ends up with it. Now it's with Murray Powell. Now Montenegro cannot keep it in bounds. It's a throw in here for St. Croix. These are nights you really enjoy when you're the team that's up 5-0. And conversely, these are games you quickly want to forget if you're the team that's behind. But St. Croix continues to work and play. It's what you would expect from a team coached by Tyler Oliver. Tyler was the head coach at Hamlin University in the Twin Cities the last couple years, but just recently was offered and accepted the head position at Gustavus. So he'll be the head coach at Gustavus Adolphus this coming year. Lots of turnover. Not really turnover so much as just changes of schools for coaches in the MIAC this year. Oh, good shot there. Takagi feeling it after that first one. But yeah, lots of changes in the MIAC. Tudor Flintham was at Gustavus, and he went up to his alma mater up at St. John's. And that left the position at Gustavus open for Tyler Oliver, who had been the assistant at Gustavus before taking the Hamlin job. So he'll move from Hamlin to Gustavus, which left the position open for John Pucci, who was at St. Mary's down in Winona, who is a Hamlin grad, so he will take over his alma mater as well. And assistant coach Leo Barbosa for St. Mary's has been given the head coaching job for this upcoming season. So lots of familiar faces just in different places in the MIAC coming up this fall. Good work there. Is this going to be the first goal? Oh, there was a good opportunity. Good work there. Noken with a chance. Could not quite get enough on it. And Jeffrey out to collect. Good opportunity here for the subs for St. Croix to make a case for themselves. They got one more game this season as well. So a good chance for some of these guys that have come in late here to make a case for themselves to start the final game of the season for St. Croix. We weren't able to find out for sure if what the playoff situation is in the USL 2 for the conference, so don't have an answer for you yet, but keep an eye out to find out if that's going to be an option. As we have a foul there. All right, so we're being told that that RFC's last game, not just regular season game, but last game will be Sunday in Chicago. But they'll be looking to finish on a high. Hopefully they can, certainly expect them to hold on here in the last 19 minutes of this game with a 5-goal lead. But hopefully that will happen, and then a victory over Chicago on Sunday, and they can finish with a winning record, which is something that I don't think that they have done before. So, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, there's been a lot of forward motion here with this team on the field, and so they've got to be excited about that. The ball ends up here with Fukata, and he loses it. Ooh, some confusion there. Kelly just has to clear. Gora beats Dedic for that ball. And now we've got a 3v3, 4v4. Ball is played wide to an offside. I think that is Noken. I think Robson played that ball wide. But offside's call there. Sorry, that was not Noken. That was Ireland who was offside there. Again, the player, not the country. I've used that one twice. I won't use it a third time. That one's only funny twice. The rule of 3 for comedy doesn't count with that one. So we'll move on. And speaking of moving on, Javit with the ball here. He moves it on to Morales, who then plays Fukata to Javit, who chips that over to Morales. Eventually broken up there by Olseth. Dinzio now will work his way up the field. Nice work there. He finds Noken here on this near side. Gora making a good run. Is this going to... Ooh, that was the chance. I was surprised Gora didn't take that shot. If that were me, I would have taken the shot. Speaking as someone who played forward and never saw a shot he didn't like. But tries to play over Idahin, does just enough, doesn't quite win it there, but does just enough to throw off the attacking player there. Looks like we're going to have another substitution here for St. Croix. Chance Thieren coming in. Looks like he is replacing... Trying to see who that was. I think that is Ireland. So definitely will not be hearing that again because Ireland is no longer in the game. Jeffrey sends a ball long. Takagi up there for the battle. Ends up at the feet of Javit, who plays Morales on this near side. Morales loses it the first time. Good battle there with Danielle. Now Danielle finds Paleska. Bad ball there by Manciu. Haven't said that a lot since he came in. He's been really good. Ooh, that was another nice shot. Takagi is definitely feeling it since he's come into the game. Had a shot, took a deflection. Keeper did manage to save it. Looks like we have an unknown commodity coming into the game. Number 99. Do we know who number 99 is? Oh. Mystery solved. Coming into the game now, RFC co-owner Mito Mujic.
Make some noise.
An unexpected guest appearance by Mito tonight. You gotta love it. Why not? 5-0. You got another tough game coming up at the weekend. All hands on deck. The guy can do it all. Run a club, play for a club, coach for a club. You name it, the man can do it. And he'll get to do it for the last 15 minutes of this contest tonight. So, all right. Now we're having fun, folks. Now we are having some fun. 5-0 here, RFC. Loons scored 4 goals in the first 30 minutes of this game tonight and really have never looked back. Good ball to Morales. Great one-touch. Oh, no way. I would have to disagree with that one. Referees have done a really good job tonight, but I really don't think that – I didn't see Mujic offside there. I think Mito was onside. But – again, I'm not the one in red tonight. I mean, unless you count my shoes. I'm wearing red shoes tonight, but those aren't the things you got to be wearing to make those calls, I guess. So, Dedic on the ball. Dedic to Morales. Back to Montenegro. Eventually to Idahin on that far side. Idahin looks to play Takagi. Looks like Takagi's gone more central here. Oh, Kinjo's up pretty high there. Now Dinzio there, a little bit loose, but he battles his way through it. Only temporarily, though. Now it's Mujic on the ball. Definitely not offside that time. And called for a foul. I don't think it's any secret within the league that the referees and Mito don't necessarily see eye to eye very often. I think he sometimes gets some calls not in his favor, where maybe other players would get away with some of that. Mujic down now in the center of the field there. Play goes on. Oh, Mujic can't quite control that one. We got a counterattack here for St. Croix. Ball with Noken here. Noken plays Danielle. Soft foul, but a foul nonetheless by Murray Powell. Looks like Murray Powell is playing a little deeper. If I was Murray Powell, I'd be wanting to push up there and try to get my hat trick, but again, that's the old forward in me talking, and nobody ever accused me of understanding or recognizing the defensive half of the field anyway, so at least not as a player. Of course, we all know how important defenders are and defense. Good ball, but punched out there by Jeffrey. Can Takagi get to it here? It looks like he will be able to. And maybe run it down the field here, if nothing else. Take some precious time off the clock as we are into the 79th minute. Plays it across here. Cross-field pass to Morales. Now Murray Powell's getting back up front, looking to try to score goal number 3 for him for the night. Goal 6 for the Loons. Idahin with the ball there. Plays Kinjo. Looks like RFC has kind of gone to a back 3 of their own here, maybe. Arroyo's had a fairly easy night for the most part. Not a lot of attacking. Couple good shots for St. Croix, but not a ton. Ball falls to Murray Powell. Oh, that's a great ball. Oh, Takagi with a chance. Takagi and Morales played a great little 1-2, little combination there. No, Murray Powell involved there too with that build-up. Good work there. Looked like number 6 might have been on the way there in minute number 80, but just wide. Kelly does enough to make himself big there and keep that thing out. So Dinzio will look to play forward there. Ball to Arroyo though. Now Dedic. Eventually with Mancio there. Now Gora on the ball, plays wide to Robson. Robson back to Gora. There's a good effort there for a combination, but it read well by Idahin there, and Idahin is able to pick that ball off. Some quick one-touch work there by several Loons. Back to Idahin, and he will play the keeper, Jeffrey. Jeffrey's had a good game tonight. Not the usual starting keeper, but really doing well. Murray Powell now finds a good running Takagi. Takagi blocked there. Blocked by, I think that was Hillis on the block there. He looks to find Paleska, but intercepted again. Montenegro to Fukata to Takagi. Ball falls back with Dedic. Dedic plays Kinjo. Kinjo usually the center back, playing more of a outside mid right now. Dedic plays Kinjo. Good ball across. Oh! Takagi thought maybe there was a second runner coming into the box, but there was not. Ball goes through harmlessly 12 yards out from the end line there. Montenegro with the foul here on the near side. Fouls Noken. That'll be a free kick. Looks like it'll be taken by Danielle. Danielle just plays back to Dinzio. Dinzio's been an active player tonight. He plays Mansiu, who finds Gora. Gora looking to create some things here. Good pass to this near side to Danielle, who had made a nice run up here. I think at this point, St. Croix would be really happy if they could ruin the shutout here for the Loons. Shots like that aren't going to make it happen, though. That ball dribbles in there to Loons keeper, Carson Jeffrey. He'll take his time. All the Loons will take their time as we enter the 83rd minute of what's been a very one-sided, unexpectedly, I would say, unexpectedly one-sided game. Despite the fact that St. Croix came in with only 2 wins on the season, they'd played a lot of close games. They'd lost a lot of one-goal games. Tonight just simply was not their night. I don't know what St. Croix' situation is in terms of maybe they're missing some of their usual starters as well. But like I say, in leagues like this is the time of the season where that starts to happen. As you start to get to that tail end of the season, players have things they need to go take care of, and so that could just as easily be the case for St. Croix as it is for Rochester FC at this point of the season. But in any case, we will have a corner kick here for St. Croix as they look to get themselves on the board here into the 84th minute. I think that's Danielle. No, not Danielle. I think that must be number 6. That's Tyrion, I think. Nope, wrong again. Paleska. Gora wins that, but can't quite get enough on that. Once again, Jeffrey up to the task. And again, the Loons will take their time. And eventually that ball is sent long. Takagi tries to run that down, but Hillis is up for it. I think that's still Hillis there. I don't think he was one of them that was subbed. It's getting dark, and he's far away there, and they don't have big numbers on the front. Oh, Idahin. Tough play there by Idahin. Let's Gora in. Let's see if Gora can do something. Fortunately, Dedic was there to help clean things up. That ball is deflected off of Dedic, and we'll have another corner here. Looks like it will be Paleska setting up to take this corner kick for the Legends. Danielle comes near. But looks like it's going to be, played back here to Dinzio. Now Dinzio will use his left and send in an out-swinging ball. Jeffrey gets a hand on it, but can't clear. Some confusion there. A couple of Legends players got in each other's way. I think that was Gorgora and Noken got in each other's way. Opportunity goes begging there. Chance for the Legends to get themselves on the board. Jeffrey will simply send that ball long. Dinzio's there for it. Morales puts on slight pressure. RFC looking like they're getting a little stretched at this point. Some of that organization and tactical nuances there that they had for the first 75 minutes or so have kind of started to break down a little bit as the guys still in get tired and as the subs maybe aren't quite as up to the task tactically as that starting 11 was. So but still in control here. Morales decides to just let that ball go out of bounds smartly to waste a few more seconds off the clock here. And Jeffrey will get set up here. I wouldn't expect him to. I wouldn't expect this free kick, this goal kick, to be taken before we enter the 86th minute. And we enter the 86th minute. I'm not a professional fortune teller. I'm not really even an amateur fortune teller, but sometimes I know things. St. Croix on the ball here. Dinzio fouled by Nelson Powell. Dinzio limping again. He was limping a little earlier this half, and he's limping again. Ball here with Hillis. Hillis looks to play it forward there. Idaheen, dangerous play there. As Noken leaned over to try to win that ball. Idaheen's foot got a little higher than the referee would like to see, and rightly called for a foul. St. Croix plays it quickly, as they need to at this point. Ball's crossed in. And Arroyo says, I will see that and raise you a pass out of bounds. Story of the game tonight has really been rough first touches here for St. Croix. Had a lot of trouble controlling things. Passes haven't been too bad, but that first touch from those passes has too often been a little too loose as Danielle attacks this near side. Ball is blocked there by Montenegro. Montenegro's had a good night tonight. Wasn't sure who he was until about 25 minutes in, but now that I know, he's a man I will never forget. Another corner kick here for St. Croix as we crawl into the 89th minute here. Lights on, moon out. Beautiful night here. Ooh. Ball bounces around in the box here a little bit. Gorgora with an effort. Nice save there by Jeffrey. Might have been coming off that crossbar potentially, but looked like it might have a chance to sneak in that just below that top bar. Jeffrey does a nice job of tipping that out, and then that corner kick not as good as the last one. RFC able to clear. That ball is still in bounds. Oliver Kelly has no choice but to come way out to do something with that. Now Morales looks to play. Oh, that's a good ball. Takagi, maybe can Takagi get a second here? Oh! He was hoping. We were hoping. The world was hoping. But it didn't happen as we enter the 90th minute of play here. 90 minutes. I can't imagine there'd be too much stoppage time just with the situation the way it is and the score the way it is. Why would you want to have more than a couple extra minutes here? Mujic here on the ball now. He's satisfied to just waste a little time there in the corner. Earn his team a throw in, burn some more precious seconds off the clock here. "15 seconds of regulation here, plus any stoppage time." Once again, Mujic will work to waste some time there in the corner. And once again, we have another throw in. And as I suspected, there would not be much extra time, like 0 minutes and 0 seconds of extra time. So that is tonight's match. Final score: Rochester FC 5, St. Croix SC 0. Dominant performance from start to finish for RFC, but especially in that first half, deadly with their opportunities. 4 first half goals in the first 30 minutes, including 3 in a 6-minute stretch between the 23rd and 29th minutes. So RFC got to be very pleased with their performance tonight. Definitely happy to finish what started as a really strong season and kind of hit some roadblocks, hit some speed bumps, and to come out tonight with their last home game of the season and a 5-0 win. Nothing to feel bad about if you are RFC. For St. Croix, they'll go back to the drawing board here and hope they can come out and have a better performance in their last match of the season. Certainly some good performances from a few players, but their touch definitely let them down tonight. Gave away a lot of easy balls there for a very hungry, very aggressive RFC Loons team tonight. Thanks to everybody here for joining us this evening. Once again, Rochester 5, St. Croix 0. Goal scorers tonight: Jelani Murray Powell with 2 goals, Owen Nelson with a goal, Andres Java with a goal, and substitute Rinta Takagi with a goal. Murray Powell added an assist tonight. Edward Morales had a couple of assists. Juan Lopez had an assist. So lots of points for lots of players, as well as 3 big points for the Loons as they secure finishing no less than 4th place in the conference, and they assure themselves of being no worse than 500 on the season. Last game for RFC is Sunday. They travel to Chicago to play the Chicago Dutch Lions. Do we have a time on that game? 3 p.m. in Chicago. Should be able to watch that live stream from Chicago, and hopefully watch RFC finish with another win and finish with two strong wins to end their 2025 season. That's all I got tonight. Hopefully you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast as much as I have. Of course, I always enjoy when I'm talking. So, but I'll finish up talking now and let you all enjoy your evening. Have a great Friday and a wonderful weekend. And we will look forward to joining you again for all of the live broadcast action in the 2026 season. This is Frank Spade signing out and signing off and signing away.